something good happens, something small, the kind of thing that wouldn't even matter to anyone else, but it matters to you. And for 1 second, you forget everything that's changed. Because the very first instinct, before your mind even catches up to your hands, is to tell them, the way you always used to, the way that used to be automatic. So your thumb moves. It finds their name in your phone without you even deciding to look for it. Because some part of you never got the memo. Some part of you is still running on years of muscle memory that doesn't know how to update itself just because life did. And then it lands, really lands. That habit is still fully alive in your hands, still reaching, still certain. But the relationship it's reaching for isn't there to catch it anymore. So you put the phone down without sending anything. And something strange happens to the good news itself. It shrinks. It gets smaller right in front of you. Because the person who used to make everything feel bigger, who used to be the first stop for anything good or hard or in between, isn't there to hand it to anymore. And the worst part isn't even the quiet where their reply used to be. The worst part is realizing some part of you is still narrating your whole life for someone who isn't standing on the other end of it anymore. Still saving things up to tell them. Still building a story for an audience that already left the room. That reflex. Still wanting to reach out. Still wanting to hand them the moment. Doesn't make you foolish. It makes you human. It just means the body's still catching up to a reality it hasn't fully believed yet. Stop. Right there. Thumb hovering over the name. That's the moment to notice. Before the habit finishes what it started. Not the feeling. That's allowed. Just stop long enough to ask what that part of you is really reaching for. Because most of the time, it was never really about that one small update, that one piece of good news. It was about being witnessed, about having somewhere for the good and the hard to land. And that need is real. It just can't be answered by a name that isn't picking up anymore. So, what do you do with a reflex that won't just turn off? One that still reaches, still narrates, still wants to hand someone a piece of your life they no longer get to hold. You don't fight it, you redirect it gently towards something that can actually hold it. Regulate. Start with the body because the body is where the reflex lives. A slow breath in, a slower one out, not to make the ache disappear, but to remind that part of you that this moment right now is safe, even though it hurts. The hurt and the safety can exist at the same time. Then, gently, redirect the reaching. That instinct to share still deserves somewhere to go. It doesn't have to die just because one person can't be its home anymore. A friend, a journal page, a voice memo to no one but yourself. The moment doesn't lose its meaning just because it lands somewhere new. And somewhere in that redirecting, something quietly shifts. The ache stops feeling like proof that something's wrong with you and starts feeling like proof of how much you're capable of holding and giving and wanting to share. That capacity was never the problem. It was just aimed at a door that closed. Regulating gives you the room to breathe, but it's what comes after the breath that actually starts to change something. That's where you build a new response, one line at a time. Rebuild. It might sound something like this, quietly, just for you. I'm allowed to want to share this. I'm allowed to miss having somewhere for it to land. And I can find a new place for it without that meaning I've given up on anything. And slowly, the reaching starts to change shape. It's not gone, it probably never fully goes, but it stops being aimed at a door that isn't opening. and starts being aimed at whoever, whatever actually shows up now. A friend who picks up, a version of you who's learning to hold your own good news first. The relationship you had isn't the same, but the part of you that wants to share, that wants to be seen, that part is still fully yours, still worth building a life around, whether or not there's one specific person on the other end of it. Pause. The version of you who needed someone else to make your wins feel real. That version got you here. It isn't wrong, and it isn't gone. It just might be ready to grow into something steadier. Because maybe the one you were always waiting to see you was you all along. Here's what you can actually do with all of this starting today. Because understanding it is one thing, but knowing what to do in the moment is what actually changes something. Stop. The next time you feel your thumb moving toward their name before your mind even catches up, that's your cue. Not to follow it all the way through, just to notice it's happening gently without judging yourself for it. That's just an old habit, reaching the way it always has. It hasn't caught up yet to the fact that no one's on the other end of it anymore. Regulate. Once you've noticed it, give yourself a breath, in and slowly out. Not to make the wanting disappear, but to remind yourself that it's safe to feel it. Then, gently start redirecting it. That instinct to share still deserves somewhere to go. A friend who picks up, a journal you actually write in, your own voice speaking honestly to no one but you. Rebuild. This is where you start practicing new words, quietly, just for yourself, the next time the urge shows up uninvited. I'm allowed to want to share things. That wanting doesn't need to disappear. It just needs a new place to land. And finding that new place doesn't mean I've given anything up. And when someone's actually there, ready to listen, let yourself practice saying this instead. I've got something good to tell you. Do you have a minute? Little by little, that's how your heart stays open, even while some doors stay closed for good. Because the good news was never really about who received it. It was about it being true, about your life still having good things in it, worth noticing, worth saying out loud. And that's yours to carry, with or without someone specific on the other end of it. That's secure. The stop, regulate, and rebuild framework isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to pause, come back, and try again. Secure communication isn't something people are born knowing. It's something they practice, one conversation at a time. And now, you have somewhere to start. Just by being here, you're already doing the work. And that's not small. That's secure. If this resonated, like this video, leave a comment below with what landed most for you, and subscribe so we can keep doing this work together. Real growth and transformation happens one shift at a time. And if someone in your life needs this today, share it with them. That's how we turn conflict into connection together. We built something that walks right alongside you. Take it at your own pace. It's yours whenever you're ready. Free link in the bio. Play gently, learn boldly. Bye for now.